This is a cutout of a typical cell. Here we have the Golgi apparatus. The Golgi apparatus, think of it as a packaging plant. This is where different chemicals come into the cell or in the cell, and they're packaged for different purposes, such as secretion. Like think of your salivary glands, and they secrete saliva. This is what the Golgi apparatus does for the cell. Here is the nucleus. It is the control center for the cell and where your DNA is located. Here's your cytoplasm. It's a fluid that contains proteins and molecules that work to break down the sugars and fats that come into the cell and other chemical things that the cell needs. Here's your cytoskeleton. The cytoskeleton, think of it as a picture frame. It gives the cell its shape. Ribosomes, they're spherical shaped, and they contain RNA. That is otherwise known as ribonucleic acid. This is where protein is synthesized for the cell. Here we have your endoplasmic reticulum. The endoplasmic reticulum, think of it as the transportation center for the cell. This is where the chemicals are aided to transport to other parts of the cell by the endoplasmic reticulum. Here we have lysosomes. Lysosomes are the ventricles of the Golgi apparatus, and they contain digestive enzymes that help break down molecules that come into the cell. Here we have the mitochondria, the powerhouse of the cell. It contains a substance called ATP, which produces energy for the cell. Here we have the cell membrane. The cell membrane is on the outside of the cell, and it's a semi-permeable membrane that surrounds the cell, protecting it and letting in only what the cell needs and keeping out what the cell does not need to thrive. And here we have, last but not least, the cilia, which is hair-like structures on the outside of the cell that help it to move about.